And welcome back to Game 2 of Gree versus Birmingham. I'm Gand.
Welcome back everyone. As Gand just said, this is Greenwich versus Birmingham. Birmingham have just taken a fairly convincing 1-0 victory. This time we do see the bans onto Earth Spirit and Lone Droid, so it's now Vengeful Spirit, Death Prophet and Spectre who've slipped through out of the kind of current big meta picks. We'll see if any of those are going to get taken up straight away. It is this time Greenwich who've got first pick. We'll see what they can make happen with that.
Yep, straight away, respect ban. You know, Lone Druid. Lone Druid?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of respect. I think generally it should be getting banned in the first stage. Maybe they just didn't assume that Birmingham had a player capable of playing it. As it turned out, question mark demonstrated that he was more than up to a task, and interestingly Greenwich have gone for a first pick Lena, which is quite unusual. I think if they were keen to get hold of a Lena, then they probably didn't need to use first pick for it, but we'll see.
No, I mean, considering it didn't get banned or picked last game.
Yeah, I don't think it's massively contested right now. They probably could have got away with waiting for it, but hey, they've picked it. Let's hope that they can make something nice happen with it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to ask how often. Oh, is Ollie here?
If Ollie's in chat, he's about to lose it, but not sure if he is. I haven't. Usually he gets excited when that is the case.
I think there is.
Yeah, he was watching today's game earlier, which was Surrey versus. Come on, focus. Surrey versus Edinburgh, which Surrey took fairly convincingly, I believe. We do see the Kunka pick, which again, fairly unusual. Probably don't need to pick this early if you do want it. We'll see what they're planning with that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, like, I can understand the mistake of taking Lena first. If you play a lot of pubs, you're trying to hide your picks. And, you know, you're saving your cores till later. But they just don't need to do that. They need to be taking those OP heroes before they get snapped up and banned.
Yep, we'll see what they can make happen with this Kunka. I think Vengeful Spirit is definitely going to be a desired pick for Greenwich now, because when that combo is about to land, you really do need to swap someone out. Are we going to have any fun topics today? We can talk about whatever you wish. Tic-tac-toe we can certainly talk about. Tic-tac-toe, an interesting game, because assuming that both players are even vaguely capable, it's always a draw.
Yeah,
Every game, tiresome, very tiresome. I think there certainly needs to be some patch notes coming out for tic-tac-toe, because it needs some work before it's going to go mainstream. People are definitely not going to be playing noughts and crosses for thousands of years unless it really steps its game up.
I see a caps of "What is this music?" from Gamamoo. Now I can't decide whether that's "What is this music? I need to know. I need this music in my life," or "What is this music? If I hear it again, that will be it." So yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, the one hero, I think.
Why ban Lone Droid is a question. I think that was demonstrated fairly well in the last game when Lone Droid farmed a Radiance and just casually pushed down every single tower on the map. Lone Droid did nothing last game. That's fairly harsh. I think he certainly contributed. Harsh. Very harsh from SS apart.
Sit there and do nothing. Yeah.
The ship. What is that? SS stands for something ship, right?
I think so.
What is that meant to be? Sturdy ship? Let's say it's sturdy. Sturdy ship apart. Harsh. Very cool.
Steamship.
Steamship. Oh, it seems so obvious now. We do see a Death Prophet ban from Greenwich. Not overly surprising considering that they do see the Shadow Shaman, so they don't want to let any more pushing get involved in that. We've seen a Silencer ban coming out from Birmingham. Silencer ban obviously very nice against some of those channeled abilities, like the Shackle from Shadow Shaman. Perhaps a sign of things to come for them. Maybe they're going to be going for some very nuke-intensive heroes. We'll see what exactly they're planning. There is a Jakiro ban from Greenwich. They want to ban even more of these pushing heroes, and Birmingham having just beautifully demonstrated that they're very capable of executing those pushing lineups. It's not overly surprising, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they've already picked up the Shadow Shaman. Maybe they just want to, again, have like a quick game like that. I don't know.
Yep.
One little note on the SS. It could be Das SS, the Storm Shield Trooper from the Nazi army.
Yep. Okay.
Who knows?
Let's not accuse people of being Nazis, although we did say someone was worse than Goebbels the other day, didn't we? So maybe that's something which is just deep into our psyche for some reason. He's really not happy about this Lone Droid ban, but you know, let's move on. There is an Omni Knight ban coming out from Birmingham. Interesting one there. Obviously the repel is fairly strong. A repelled Tusker can be fairly scary when he doesn't have too much to fear from rolling in.
Do we think we're going to see some strong magic coming out of Birmingham again? Do we think we might see another co-op again, and they just don't want them to have that option?
Maybe, but I think Kunkka could quite possibly be mid. We'll see. It could also be a support. I'm not sure if it'll be a safe lane Kunkka. I'm ready to be proven wrong, but yep.
So what are we thinking? We're thinking this is going to be a support leaner, mid leaner.
I think it's going to be a mid laner. If you wanted her to be a support, then you should just take Lion, in my opinion.
Yeah, true.
It's just like the better support version of Lena.
Yeah.
But so I think it has to be a mid laner, sorry. Which, assuming she's against Kunkka, she'll be able to farm very nicely in theory. And combined with the Tusk Snowball, she should also be looking at entertaining the possibility of getting some kills in that lane. We'll see if she's going to be able to execute that. I believe it was Max and I yesterday who casted a Lena game where she got absolutely wrecked. So let's hope that isn't going to happen again, because that was painful to watch. Actually, it was indeed. It was University of East Anglia. I believe the player was called. He was called something Diablo. TAS Diablo played Lena, and
you know when you play so bad that it gets engraved in a cast.
Yep.
You're having a
sad times for him. He was
Sanking. About time. What's the Sanking about? I love a bit of Sanking, but I'm not really sure how big a pickup.
Quite a scary combo. The Snowball with Sanking inside it is a guaranteed follow-up stun, of course. With a Lena stun on top, they should be looking at getting some kills there.
I think an offensive try with that.
Quite possibly offensive try lane with Sanking. Tusk +1 maybe. The only problem is obviously all those melee heroes. Obviously the Snowball does a little bit get around with that issue of having melee heroes, but I'm not sure how keen I am on it. We'll see. I mean, we did see Greenwich running a jungler last time in the Darkseer, so maybe this time they're going to run a jungle Sanking. Not sure how legit that is, but
I've heard it's super legit.
Okay.
One of my favourite things to do.
The Silencer ban now makes a lot of sense, seeing that we've seen a Storm Spirit pick up for Birmingham, so that pretty much guarantees. I don't know. I still think we do have a possibility of seeing a support Kunkka here, but it's certainly not going to be a mid Kunkka anymore. The Storm Spirit versus Lena matchup is probably in favour of Lena, certainly until Storm gets level 6. So we'll see what the Lena can make happen there.
Not much to add to that, really. I used to love Storm mid, but he's sort of fallen out of favour, hasn't he?
Yeah, the nerf to his ultimate just makes so much difference now. It just uses so much mana to get into those fights, and you quickly find yourself running away rather than zipping around. The Spectre has managed to slip through all the way to the end of the second phase, and it is picked up by Greenwich University. Another melee hero is the only possible concern there, but obviously a very strong hero.
They're just trying to get the most worth out of lads when they eventually pick it up. It's like,
yeah, but
that's for everyone.
Yep. I think it's tough to say exactly what they're looking for, because this could be. They could certainly be looking at running some kind of dual lanes or tri lanes here with this Tusk pickup. We'll see exactly what they go for ever so shortly. Coco is support. Not sure who Coco is. Potentially one of those Chinese names is Coco. And yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a mid laner. I don't think there's much space for a support laner in the current Dota world. And we're now going to be looking for. Probably, it's either going to be a support or carry that Birmingham are looking to pick up. We'll see, depending on what Greenwich ban, we'll see what they think they're going for. I don't know, are we going to see a support Kunkka? Are they going to be that confident?
I don't think I've ever even seen a support Kunkka. I mean, I know if you ignore his Tidebringer, it is quite legit. Like, cause, you know, is like a better disruptor, really, isn't it?
Kind of.
Well,
Is it Bear Disruptor?
Well,
because
you
you
know
can't.
exactly where they're going back to. You can stun that area.
Yeah, but you have to
afterwards.
catch them up front, don't you? Not when they're running away.
I suppose.
So we're still they're using a lot of reserve time on this ban for Greenwich. Potentially they are, just as much as I am, musing over this question of whether they need to ban a support or a safe lane.
Maybe they're trying to wait till the stream catches up so they can get our...
They have gone for a Slark ban, which is pretty nice. Slark is very strong against that snowball because as soon as it's about to hit you, you can either pop the Shadow Dance or your Q. And wow, we see for Birmingham a final pick Meepo, which is a very confident pick.
Never
A little bit
coming.
scary against that big Sand King combo, but otherwise nothing that's particularly terrifying. Obviously, I think we said it before, everything is both good and bad against Meepo. And we'll see who's going to be playing that and how well executed it's going to be.
The Spectacle, does that put one on every Meepo? Because you don't really see a Meepo a lot.
I'm almost positive that it's just one onto the main Meepo.
Okay, and then the passive for Spectre, does that get neutralised by Meepos?
The passive for Spectre.
The fight one.
Oh, I would. Does it get done by Bear? No, I would assume that does get cancelled by it. Yeah. And speaking of Disruptor, is a final pick Disruptor for Greenwich, which is very strong against Storm Spirit. You can send him away when he does big zips. Obviously, it is possible to dodge the send back, but can be scary. And obviously, with Disruptor Ultimate, very strong against Storm Spirit. So we are going to be seeing the support Kunkka, so that's going to be fairly exciting. Isn't Storm trash this patch? Yes, I believe Storm is trash this patch. Is it possible to watch the game in the client? The game is available to view in the client. Spectating is enabled, but whether or not you can find it is another question. If you have someone on your friends list who's in the game, then you will find it fairly easily. Otherwise, not sure. You might be able to search for the heritage somewhere. Tournaments live. It could be a struggle to find this game to watch in client unless you have someone on your friends list.
If you manage it though, write a guide, put it in chat.
You might be able to manage it, yeah. But why would you want to watch there anyway? Because all the production value is right here on Twitch with your besties, Gand and Eric. With jingles such as that kind of high quality production value, and Meepo is going to have to fix his hotkeys for this game, which potentially is a good sign.
Go on, hit me up with that dire team name hero combos. Do it.
Okay. We have Tusker, as played by... It kind of looks like a Scales.
A Scales?
By Scales, we have got Salam, who previously was playing Zeus, right? So they've moved their mid-player onto the safe lane Spectre. We have got Disruptor as played by... Unsure on that one. We've got Lena as played by
in the middle
Yep, we've got Lena played by Middle Feed, and finally we have got Sand King played by...
carry on.
Unsure on that one also. That wraps up the Greenwich team, and now I will hand you over into the oh-so-capable hands of Gand, who is now going to really bring to life the Birmingham team.
Okay, on Meepo we have On Kunkka we have SFXy. Oh yes. On Shadow Shaman we have On Storm Spirit we have Luke. Boring. Luke. Just boring. And on Darkseer we have Mao. That was nice and easy.
Chairman Mao.
Chairman Mao. Hold on, just taking some
Has
time
Mao
out
just
of his
signed
days.
his name on the mini-map? We've got SB as signed by Kunkka. Not sure what that means.
Shadowblade.
Potentially some big strategies. He's now drawing a shield with an S on it.
Okay.
Not sure what that means either. I'm now watching you going into the menus for some unknown reason, and it looks like we're probably just going to have a casual rune trade here. Spectre isn't want to be going for this one, so Storm Spirit and Lena both pick up the runes, and it's going to be an even mid matchup. No excuses for any throws. I think I'm most interested to see what lanes Greenwich are going to do right now. Is this going to be the dual lane? Yeah, the Tusk Sanking lane bottom, which might be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Meepo currently claiming that this pick was a mispick. I kind of doubt that, to be honest. I feel like
I think that's a troll.
I think that's a troll, to say the very least. But we'll probably soon find out, because if you're not good at Meepo, you're probably really not good at Meepo. Although we can see that he has no cosmetics, and generally Meepo players, if you play Meepo, you generally play enough Meepo that you end up buying some cosmetics. So that could actually be a worrying sign.
Yep. On Meepo.
He was playing the Lone Droid last game, which is another micro-intensive hero, so that leads us. That's a bit of evidence to support that he is going to be capable.
Yep. I mean, the Dyer there, afraid of ganks with a little security ward. I mean, I wasn't really predicting many ganks. I mean, they've got the ganking lineup. Or maybe the Storm Spirit, but you know, whenever I play with Storm Spirit, not me personally, the person I play with, it's normally like a 30-minute, and then they'll come out of mid lane and help you, sort of thing.
Really? And Meepo is getting ganked in the bottom lane here. He is very low, but just about gets away on, I believe, 12 HP he went down to, and he is going to be running all the way back down to base because he's got no salve. So, assumably Shadow Shaman's going to get a few levels out of this one. Maybe Meepo should have even just ran into the woods and denied himself. Kunkka's walking into the lane. Meepo, is he going to just stay in lane and tango up?
It's a strange one. I mean, between them, they have very few items. I mean, we've got boots and tangos on Meepo for some reason, and Shadow Shaman has got tangos.
Yep. So they've obviously they did pull the Luke, who has already picked up the bottle. So that's a nice pickup for him. He is going to need the bottle on Storm Spirit to keep up with this harass from Lina. And he looks like he's taken an early lead in terms of last hits, more than doubling out Alina with some nice denies as well. Does get himself a haste rune, so that puts himself in a fairly strong position. Kunkka, under the influence of a smoke, is attempting a gank here onto Lina. Luke's running in with the haste rune, is able to dodge the light strike array. We'll see if they think about going any deeper, but they do not. Lina pops the fairy fire.
Yep, and I don't really know why she decided to pop that. I mean, she got a salve, she got 2 tangos.
JEPD Movies, this is the first time he's ever watched Uni Dota. Well, welcome to the stream. This, you are watching the Heritage. This is the second iteration of this tournament between unis. We do see Shadow Shaman get ganked here. First Blood goes the way of the Scales on Tusk. And yeah, welcome to the Heritage. This is the second of our university tournaments. The first one was won by Bath, and I hope you enjoy. If you are a uni student yourself, then let us know if you're interested in joining any potential future competitions. If not, sit back,
come along
and enjoy.
Let's make sure you get on here, watch, you know, BM some people, support your team or your most local uni. Make sure you get down to the live LAN. It was great fun last time.
It was indeed. I heard that all the cool kids were there.
True story. I have to point out, we've got Igloo. Tusk has got the igloos.
Tusk has some fancy cosmetics, which Gand is always a fan of.
Obviously, like you say, it just shows they've got that little bit more skill, you know.
Yep, Meepo is just going to use his clone to run back to base so that he can poof back and forwards and make sure he's healing up from this harass from the bottom lane. We haven't... obviously we just saw that Shadow Shaman kill, but looks like they are going in now onto Meepo. This is quite a big dive, and could end up backfiring, especially as that second Meepo does come in. He does get the... I think... Not sure if he got the net or not, but the Sand King went down to the tower. The kill being credited to Meepo. That's a nice little boost for him. We're probably going to see him going straight into that Aghanim Scepter just to really push up his farm. The fact that he hasn't already bought Shreds probably demos that. The other option is to rush a Blink, which is quite a confident move, but don't think he needs to worry too much about ganking in this early game. He can probably relax and finish off an Aghanims before they worry about going too teamfight crazy.
There is something that is interesting. The highest last hits is currently the Sand King, who's rocking 24, and he's already on arcane boots.
Yep, that is quite scary and puts them in a nice position in this lane just to keep spamming nukes onto Meepo, giving him a hard time.
Yep, and behind that is the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Storm Spirit winning this lane fairly convincingly, which I'm quite sure he shouldn't be. I think Lena should, if not win, at the very least trade even until Storm hits 6. Storm has now hit 6. This is the time when he should be pulling away, but he already finds himself with a convincing lead, and he might think about trying to cause some mischief, seeing as he does have a regen rune. So before Lena hits 6, which Lena has now hit 6, here we go, he is going to get a bit of harass damage out using this regen. Potentially actually could look at a kill if he's able to keep dodging. A nice light strike array predicts exactly where Storm's going to go. Storm is able to secure the kill onto Lena. An unfortunate igloo there coming out of the Tusk, and Luke on the Storm Spirit thinks about getting further trades with the help of his magic wand there, forcing the Tusker back.
He just wanders off. He's got 23 lost hits.
Storm is running to base. Think he probably should have just gone and got himself top rune, which appears to be the conclusion he's now drawn for himself as well. We'll see what rune he's going to get. Is he lucky? It's a bounty rune, which is pretty much fine. In the top lane, we are seeing some pressure going onto this top tower. They're constantly pushing under. Kunkka probably just waiting to try and catch someone out with this X. I'm not sure if they don't really have huge amounts of nuke damage.
Stun.
There is a stun onto Spectre. He's trapped inside. Is there enough damage coming out here? I don't think the answer is yes. In fact, there was a major mistake from Darkseid there, as he did use the Iron Shell onto Spectre rather than himself, which means that Spectre obviously is not taking damage from that. And that is going to end up costing the lives of both the Kunkka and the Darkseid. Massive mistake there coming out from Darkseid.
Indeed, if you had to call the game at this point, who do you think on picks and early lead, who do you want?
Oh, it's a really tough one, because as soon as Meepo finishes up this Aghanim's, it's possible that he just completely takes over the game. He just farms like crazy, picks up a blink, goes around, kills everyone, finishes off all the towers, causes a complete mess. But if Meepo's unable to kind of bring out that level of control, then when Spectre finishes up this Radiance, he's just going to cause so much trouble. Spectre, obviously one of the biggest late game heroes in the game, the scariest heroes to deal with, and if the game goes on kind of past 30-40 minutes without too much damage being done to a Dire's base, then I think Greenwich are going to be feeling very happy about the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at this Sanking. He is actually farming like a beast. 42 last hits on the off lane. I mean, I know he's only against a solo Meepo, and he's basically farming it all with Cosmic Finale, but still.
Not to be knocked regardless, he can, I think probably is going to be looking at an Everlens, maybe disassembling that, the Arcane Boots and picking up Everlens first. I think that's a strong option. Alternatively, maybe he's just going to rush Radiance, we will see. Meepo, it looks like it's just going to rotate into a jungle. He's obviously a strong jungler with those poofs, going to take a few stacks, and while he does that, Kunkka is going to get some XP up, because obviously level 6 is very important on him.
Getting a fight here
both the Disruptor and the Tusk have rotated into the Radiant jungle. This is probably going to be the end of Meepo. He is low, and can he get some cheeky poofs off here? He gets sent back, and Meepo, as played by question mark, does go down to that gank, setting back his he's actually not going Aghanims, he's gone for a Boots of Travel build, which is fairly standard, so he is absolutely able to get some really nice split pushing down with that, but doesn't help his fighting capabilities at this stage of the game. There's an ultimate from Spectre, I believe. Where was that? That was onto mid lane? That was onto the dive mid lane, and the Storm Spirit is in like extremely low HP. Tusk does finish him off with a snowball.
To be honest, the fact that he survived the ult and the ult from Lena, the ult from Spectre and Lena, managed to kill the Lena. I think that was a pretty good play. He forced the TP, and they only managed to just about pick him up. 2 rotations off it.
Right.
I know it was quite well played by Storm Spirit then, actually.
Yep. In the meantime, Sanking is still farming like crazy. The Storm Spirit, I'll be interested to see how much impact he's going to have. I wonder if he's going to go straight for that Orchid build. Since the nerfs to his ultimate, I think the Bloodstone Rush has become more common. Meepo TPing bottom, Sanking being so aggressive, just running around behind the Radiance Tower, really just doesn't care.
But Meepo is now slowly now he's able to poof all the packs down. He's catching up.
Yep, Meepo, he has slowed down his Aghanims a bit with this Boost of Travel build, but it seems like he is spending a lot of time running back and regenning, so obviously that is going to save him some money in the long run on that strategy.
Are we seeing Sanking go in a blink, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, if he wanted to disassemble his boots and pick up the Avalanche, he could have done so already, so we can only assume that he is indeed going for the blink. A nice torrent from Kunkka, but he is not going to in a position anywhere near to kill Sanking at this point.
Well, a sneaky bit of Lena coming in. We're going to see anything come with this.
Lena with an
big fight
invis
top. And that's the end of Shadow Shaman.
Shadow Shaman goes down to an easy snowball gank. I don't think Disruptor was even forced to use Glimpse there. No, he wasn't, so a very easy kill. Bottom lane we got action going on. The Lena with the Invis Rune does quickly secure that kill onto Kunkka just from a simple setup by a Sanking stun. A nice easy execution there, and we see the Sanking is indeed going to pick up a Blink Dagger. And straight away teleports into a top lane. Does have the ultimate and a blink on Sanking, so there's the potential for him to do some serious work up here. We'll see just how much he is able to convert.
Yeah, but I mean, I love this hero, and if you can... Oh, here we go.
There is the stun onto Darkseer, and that's a dead Darkseer. Trapped inside the kinetic field.
You knew he didn't need it.
Yep, and nice kill. They reveal the blink, but they do get a nice easy kill. Potentially they can think about converting this into a push. Sanking is queuing up his ultimate here, blinks in, stuns the Kunkka. That's a very dead Kunkka with a Spectre and a Disruptor ult thrown in on top, and everyone is going to die under the Radiant's top tier tower. The Storm Spirit is considering teleporting in, but I think wisely cancels that. Sure, he probably could have just ball lightninged away to survive, but there's really no point TPing top just to burn all your mana to ball lightning back into mid. He is just going to keep farming instead, or he's going to... I'm not sure what he's up to. Run around in circles with full HP and mana. Meepo is not quite so inefficient as running around doing nothing. He is farming away busily in the jungle, in the lane, and he's over halfway to his Aghanim Scepter now, which is the big pickup for him. As soon as he finishes Aghanims and picks up his blink, we should be expecting him to start making some big plays.
We're about to see ultimate on Darkseer. If he decides to get it at 6, he has. Normally people skip that, but I think he's had a bit of a rough lane, really.
Yeah, this is a very slow level 6 run off laner, but obviously that was a very hard lane. Disruptor, one of the best heroes against Darkseer, because it doesn't matter how fast you run away, you are still going to be sent back.
And plus, you know, it only lasts, what, 3 seconds, you know. You're going back to exactly where you were 4 seconds ago.
Yep.
Is this going to be a fight? I mean, Sanking doesn't have his ult anymore, but he's still got a lot of mana. Stuns.
Yep, I think
for days.
a Veil could be quite nice for Sanking here. He's got so much farm that he needs to maybe spend it helping out his team in some way, because Lena could definitely use the buff up to her spells. If he's a bit greedier, he's probably going to be thinking about an Aghanims, which wouldn't overly surprise me. It looks like the Radiant are thinking about defending this. Obviously Meepo can come in with the boost of travel. There's a nice torrent onto Spectre, but it looks like they're feeling confident, the Radiant. Storm Spirit zips in straight on top of the Disruptor ultimate. Meepo is also boosted travelled in, is looking to get some poofs here onto Tusker. There's some nice damage, but they haven't converted that into any kills yet. Meanwhile, Darkseer has gone down as a Shadow Shaman. Storm Spirit has been forced to retreat. The Meepo is looking for kills, but it's tough when there are so many Dire heroes left up controlling. He does get 2 kills there with the poof bomb onto Spectre and Sanking. That's a lot of gold going his way. Over 1,000 actually. And he tanks 1 Lena ultimate. Does end up going down to Lena, but he does pick up the 3rd kill onto Disruptor there. That's a huge amount of gold for him. He's now only 350 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter, and I think that the Radiant are going to be fairly happy with that. They did defend their tower. It is just about deniable. Not sure if they're going to pick up on that. They defended their tower and they got 3 for 2, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting that Meepo still came out 750 gold up. Tusk came up 800 gold though, so I mean, it's a tough one to call who actually won that. It was pretty even, although there was a massive XP discrepancy on go away.
Storm Spirit does dive deep in the mid lane to kill that Lena. He could be in trouble here if the Disruptor is able to send him back. Looks like they lose vision just in time. Sanking chases him across the river, does have a stun up now. Is he going to be able to guess the correct positioning? Waits to see it. Disruptor does not get the send back. A very interesting skill build from Disruptor actually. He was not max glimpse, and that's going to be a dead Disruptor. Here come the poof bombs. He is dead. Kunkka has pulled back the Sanking. This is a very valuable kill here, as he is so farm. There's a long shackle shot. He is getting away, doesn't quite get the stun over the ledge. He is already dusted up. And that is a kill for Kunkka, and a lot of XP, I would imagine, going the way of the Radiant there. Yep, they're now ahead on XP off the back of those last two engagements.
Yeah, I think both of those kills that were both on the back of bad skill builds. I don't like maxing Corsic Finale. You've got to get the 4th in Burrow Strike. He would have made it over that ledge at the end there. He probably would have caught Shadow Shaman as well, and you're absolutely right with the Disruptor skill build. You can't be maxing Thunder Strike over Glimpse.
Yeah, Glimpse has to be maxed every single time. I think as well, I mean, I know he was getting a lot of last hits in the bottom lane with Caustic, but he could have probably done the same effect with just 1 or 2 points in that. And
well,
I think the points in Sandstorm and Burrow Strike are just so much more valuable. The cooldown reduction on Sandstorm is just so important.
Yeah, he had most of the farm he had with 2 points, and then he's put a further 2 points in it. He just,
yeah, just
he's
greedy.
overvaluing it basically.
And unless he's got some items on the courier, those last 2 kills, those last 2 deaths, sorry, must have cost him a lot in terms of gold. But yeah, as he is now still just sat on the Blink and Arcanes, which he's had for I think about 4 minutes now.
Yep, BM. You're doing it wrong. Maybe you should. I mean, he probably, if he's going to take all those levels in Corsic Finale, he should just go in bottom and make sure that Meepo doesn't get anything. By like, you know, you hit one of each of the creep wave and just let it go in.
The Meepo has finished up his Aghanim, so there's now 4 Meepo clones running around. It looks like he's next up going to be going for an Aquila. I think he really is going to want the Blink though. We are going to see a smoke from the Radiant here, I believe. They're grouping up. They have popped the smoke.
Meepo didn't care about that though.
Meepo, I'm not entirely sure if this is just a misplay by Meepo with having 1 stood in base, or if that's deliberate and he's going to be poofing people in and out on these Ancients. The Dire have also smoked, so both teams smoked here. It could be Spectre who's in a bit of trouble top. Does pop the ultimate, which is going to reveal exactly what's going on. They do see that the Radiant have smoked, and it looks like the Radiant are now going to have to think about running back into defending this push from Greenwich.
Yep, Kunkka was marching on regardless. He had his smoke and he was using it. They've still got another smoke there though. They could, you know, have another go at it.
It looks like it's Kunkka who's been caught out here by the Sand King. A very nicely placed boat does buy him a few more seconds of life. Not sure it's going to be enough. A nice torrent onto 2 gives the Radiant some opportunity to turn this around. The wall only hits on 1. We do see the Shadow Shaman wards go down. Storm Spirit pulls the Lina back into that, and there's a kill onto the Lina, so a 1-for-1 right now, but I think at the very least we're going to see Doxa go down as well. A deep ball lightning in from the Storm Spirit, but does secure the kill onto Sand King, and Disruptor goes down as well, and that ends up being a 3-for-2 trade. And I think Greenwich are going to be very unhappy with that, considering that it was them who started the fight with that attempt of a kill onto Kunkka, but the Rumbringer effect just kept him alive for that a little bit longer, that gave Birmingham the opportunity to get involved in that fight.
Yep, it was just a massive misplay by Gree. Birmingham mopped it up.
Yep, they needed to absolutely explode that Kunkka and then get out of there. Instead, he bought way too much time. And as predicted, the Storm Spirit has gone for the first item, Bloodstone. I think that with the changes to Ball Lightning, you pretty much have no choice, because if you just buy an Orchid, you do not have enough mana to make mischief happen. And Storm Spirit, at the end of the day, is all about causing mischief.
Yep, are we seeing a Blade Mail on Spectre?
It looks like we are. Yep, we definitely are going to be seeing a Blade Mail. It's definitely a we're behind build. It's fine though. It is very strong against Meepo, because those poofs, you just run into a load of poofs with Blade Mail on, and it does do a lot of damage. Yeah, obviously it slows down his real big late game potential, but I guess they're just trying to buy time.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the Gree pushing bottom, all smoked
with
up,
a cheeky smoke, using their Spectre as bait. Meepo is farming right there. He's used some of his poof, so the potential to catch him out on Sand King right now. They do catch him out, and it would appear that I was wrong earlier about Spectre. Illusions do go onto all Meepos. They've already killed the Shadow Shaman with a Tusk ultimate. Meepo has been sent back by the Disruptor. He's attempting to poof away to his clones. Storm Spirit is deep here, but the Light Strike Array does catch him. Sand King's channeling an ultimate does use it to solo kill the Kunkka. And that is a very nice fight for Greenwich here. Darkseer is probably in trouble here as well. Don't think he's going to be able to get away. They have so much control with all these stuns and the snowball, and it's only Meepo who gets away from that one.
By the skin of his teeth as well. They nearly had the full wipe. Let's have a look at the XP graph. You see, they're pulling it back, but they're not quite even yet.
Yeah, really up and down on the XP graph. Spectre has now finished up that blade mail. You called that one correctly. We'll see if that's going to pay off for him. Obviously, the Radiance is worth so much more, but maybe they're not worried about getting the Radiance. They just want to get into a late game, start seeing Meepo fall off.
Yep, they lost the early game so quickly last time. It just, it just balled out of control. Maybe they just don't want that happening again. But and another smoke reinitiation.
Oh, they walk straight into the Shadow Shaman, who pretty much dies instantly under the influence of just a few innocent leaks. The Tusk has the Tusk. Sorry, the Tusk has finished up a mech in amongst all that. So Greenwich in a much stronger position than they were last time for sure. They're in the only really scary thing is looking at Meepo's last hits.
Oh no, you know what, if we look at the net worth, we're still seeing Meepo a good 3k ahead of Spectre, and we see the Storm Spirit a good 2k ahead of Spectre.
Yep. Meepo obviously is a hero we expect to get way ahead on both gold and XP, constantly farming in 2 or even 3 places with all those illusions, and of course soaking up such a big share of XP based on all his clones.
Yep, he's got Blink Dagger, but are we going to see him start making some plays soon? I mean,
the thing with Blink is you should be securing solo kills with Blink, but the Dire are generally grouped up into these big packs of roaming control, so perhaps he is a little worried to do anything too crazy, especially with what is fairly weak ward coverage from them.
Yeah, I mean the Shadow Shaman's probably going to sort that out now. He died carrying a good few of them before. But,
yep, I mean,
can the Meepo kill the Spectre solo at the moment? He's going to try now. If we have a look top, we may see.
Yep, I think he definitely can if he gets the control off correctly. Spectre may try to ultimate to escape. Uses the blade mail, but it is of course split between all 5 Meepos, and that is a dead Spectre.
Yep.
And now the joy.
DS bottom, but we saw the valuable kill.
Yep. And the Dire maybe thinks about getting some bonus kills here. Disruptor instantly sends back the Shadow Shaman. A big snowball in by Tusk there, but he is now deep behind enemy lines. Meepo's going to not hesitate to clean him up quickly here. And we did see Meepo, despite taking so much damage top from the Spectre, is able to get massive value out of those boots of travel by just sending one Meepo back to base, poofing the rest there to heal, and then teleporting out to where he wishes. Meepo is now going to head into Roshan. They have smoked into here, so not sure if the Dire are aware of it. Potentially that zip might have been caught, but they haven't pinged it.
Well, I didn't see any ward coverage for it though.
Is an amazing Aegis carrier because you can just commit so deep on the hero. So they actually have 2 amazing Aegis carriers, both the Storm and Meepo, but I think they'll be giving it to Meepo here.
Yeah.
Obviously the other amazing thing is, as long as your number 1 Meepo is in a safe place, it doesn't matter where you die, because all your Meepos respawn around number 1.
Ah. See, that helps. You've played Meepo before, we can tell. You've played Meepo before. A few times, with varying degrees of success, to say the least. Meepo split pushing away now with those boots of travel. It's so annoying to deal with. Yep. If you're Greenwich, you're constantly getting your lanes pushed in, and it's not like you can't just send Alina to go and defend it 'cause she's going to die. In fact, there's no one you can send. We've seen that he's going to kill Spectre, and it just means you're constantly getting dragged around the map. There is a fight bottom. Doxia goes down under the combo from Sun King and Disruptor. Meepo now potentially in a bit of trouble, but he's not overly scared. Does have the Aegis anyway, so he quickly cleans up the Disruptor. The Sun King is going to become a bonus kill. Spectre's ultied in here, but not sure if he's going to want to come in on his main hero. The Poof Bomb, it quickly cleans up those illusions, and it's now mostly Lina just posing down here. Meepo is going to send one of his clones back, and then the rest of them back to heal up before rejoining this fight. Sun King's brought back, and considering that all they're really looking to do here is defend a tier 1, I think that is a very big commitment. Got to keep them tier 1s. I mean, I know we've lost 2 of them already, but
obviously that is an important tower in terms of maintaining your control over Roshan. But considering that Roche has just gone down, it seems like a massive overcommitment. And he's brought back to defend the bottom tier 1. So Meepo says, "Okay, you want to commit to that tower? I will just take your top tier 2 instead." He's not fussy, he's a kind guy.
It wasn't even a slow thing, those
and the fight does break out bottom. We'll see if that Sanking buyback is going to be worth it. Tusk has already picked up a kill onto Kunkka. Storm Spirit's gone in deep here. Has done a lot of damage onto Lina Disruptor, and a nice Sanking ultimate does spread a lot of damage out, but Meepo is able to tank it with having so much HP with that Aghanims. And we see Storm picking up both the Tusk and the Sanking, I believe it was. Meepo is now going to clean up the Spectre, and it doesn't matter if you've got Blade Mail when you have about 7 heroes hitting you, because they don't care about tanking a little bit each. And considering Greenwich were ahead, exactly what I said was going to happen has happened. Meepo's picked up a Blink and an Aghanims, and he's just cleaning up all across the map, because he still has the Aegis, and he's just been going so aggressive.
They are so far ahead now. Looking at the XP graph, we're talking 12k ahead for Birmingham and a delicious 8k ahead for gold again for Birmingham.
Yep, and the important thing is as well that all of that golden XP is packed onto the really important heroes, the Storm and the Meepo. The supports are still fairly poor, but that is fine because all they need to do is drop a few stuns and watch their team clean up with a broom and a mop.
Yeah, I mean it's like you say, you know, the Meepo's got 11 kills, 2 deaths.
And we see 2 big item pickups from Meepo right there. He's just finished up a sheep stick, which is extremely scary. He can easily kill anyone now, and he's also picked up a Go Scepter, which is one of the more skill-intensive skill builds on Meepo actually. The Ethereal Blade Poof Bomb does so much damage, but it does require a lot of buttons to be clicked.
He has got a lot of
Blink,
buttons to press.
Sheep, Ethereal, tab poof, tab poof, tab poof, tab poof. That is a sign of a confident player right there, but as you said, they have taken a very big lead, and they will know that they've got a big lead. Meepo level 22 at just 26 minutes, which
his XP per minute.
Yep, I believe that should be over 1,000 XP per minute, just about.
It is. It is.
And we'll see if he can finish the goal at over 1,000 XP per minute. I believe that would be the highest ever XP per minute in a Heritage game, which would be an exciting title to hold. We have seen a bit of Meepo before, but not quite so successful. Not that he didn't win, just that
I thought he was quite good, but yeah, he's not quite this.
There's a Blink Sheep, and that is Tusk dead. There's no surviving. We do still see the Aegis, so he's going to be absolutely happy to dive here. The Storm has gone for a very sensible Yule's build to help him survive these Disruptor ultimates. A nice Sanking ultimate, but once again it's able to be tanked up by the Meepo. He's just so tanky, and that's 4 down for Greenwich just for 1 kill on Shadow Shaman. Meepo is just absolutely terrifying at this point. They commit a full Sanking ultimate onto him, but he just tanks it up. And it doesn't matter that he's low, he's just going to send 1 hero back to base, poof the rest in, heal up, and come straight back. He is just not scared.
And that's it about Sanking. He's okay early on, and if you can keep a bit of momentum going, you can have the advantage in regard to, you can do the damage to teams, you can be scary with your ultimate, but at this point in the game, they're so far ahead, the ultimate just tickles and it's horrible.
Yep, and the Meepo push is now coming out, which is so scary. 5 heroes clubbing your towers down, they're going to go down thick and fast, and considering he's got the Aegis, he pretty much has absolutely no fear. The Dire can't even show themselves, because he's just going to blink in sheep at you and insta-kill you. And it looks like he wants to get rid of that Aegis, perhaps. I think he may have genuinely just wanted to get rid of the Aegis. As it timed out in... Actually, no, he still had a whole minute left on that. Did he need the slot? No, he didn't need the slot. He has now. Wait, what?
It timed out. It must have timed out. He's dead. Yeah, dead man.
Okay, that is 1,846 gold going the way of Disruptor. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, I'll buy a veil, boys.
Indeed. Oh, we've got the Orchid on Storm Spirit as well.
Yep, an important pickup there. He's probably going to be thinking about going straight in on either the Disruptor or the Lina and just cleaning one of those up straight away. That the Yule's itemization onto Storm, really clever, because as soon as the Disruptor ult goes down on top of him, he can just use Yule's and kind of chill out for a minute, reassess what he's up to. There is a Yule's going down onto Kunkka, talking of that, and he finds himself facing the full might of a Lina combination, and he is super dead. How are you just showing the gold and XP graph without the jingle? Profiterole, I am terribly sorry about that poor production quality. Welcome back to the stream. We've missed you. We've missed your rude comments and just general confusing ways. And don't worry, the next time we show the golden XP graph, we will, of course, use the jingle for you, because we're all about the hashtag production value here at GameBritannia.
Well That's it. We've had a little bit of a sing about the thing, but it hasn't been the full thing. But now we know that the people want it. This is what the people want. We're all about the community. You bring us those requests, we'll bring you the jingle.
As long as it's within reason. We're not about any full-on madness here. Meepo is indeed absolutely destroying the game. It's fairly out of hand. The fact that Spectre is sat on top of a Blade Mail and a Vanguard is just... it's not a good place to be. You've got a 9,000 net worth Spectre, but it's pretty meaningless when those items are cheap and awful. He has now gone back for the Radiance, but whether or not that's going to finish, I do not know. Kunkka and Meepo sounds legit. Yep.
Kunkka's gone the wrong way, or is he just pincer manoeuvre from Kunkka here?
I'll be interested to see what item Meepo's going to go for next. Usually it would probably be a Skadi. I mean, Assault Cuirass is also an option for sure. Meepo got glimpsed back in, that's how they picked up the kill, I see. So we did use the Aegis. We are seeing the Kunkka boat go down here. It does land onto Tusk, but they aren't going to follow that one up. And I don't know why they're grouping up so convincingly in the mid lane here. They already have this Rax, so they should probably be thinking about either another lane or just farming and waiting for Roshan right now.
Yeah, it's not long till Roshan. I think, like you say, take an advantage, keep an advantage. You don't just want to throw yourself up for no good reason.
Yep, the Meepo has still managed to maintain his 1000 XP per minute, but not sure what that X mark was for. I think the Radiant might at this point just be messing around. Oh, there we go. There's an X mark onto Storm. He's diving in deep. He is going to come back. Very nice bit of play there. Uses the X mark, dives in, knowing that he's going to be coming back, cleans up the Storm, and finds himself straight back in safety.
I would have liked to see a bit of Disruptor ping pong the Storm.
Yep. Obviously, it would have been nice if he got sent back, but I think that the delay on the glimpse may have actually been enough to kill him. But really nice bit of play from Birmingham there. Really great awareness of the capabilities of their heroes, and great use of the reduced cooldown on X marks the spot from Kunkka. They are now going to group up for this push top. This could be the final push of the game. It looks like they're not bothered about waiting for Roshan. They know that Meepo can keep some constant pressure. Meepo doesn't actually blink in onto the Spectre. Once again, we see the Blade Mail doing absolutely nothing. Storm Spirit is able to happily commit mid, knowing that he's going to be X-marked once again. And with Spectre down, they're probably going to be happy to commit to a serious push here. Meepo sends his hero back to base, and he's now going to be poofing in the rest of his Meepos once they're healed up to go for this push. We also see the Shadow Shaman wards going down. The Dire probably on TeamSpeak right now like, oh god guys, what are we going to do? I'm scared. Please cuddle me up. We'll see what they can do. Currently they're just cleaning up a few Shadow Shaman wards, but between those wards and Storm Spirit, this tower's taking a lot of damage, and it does go down. In the meantime, Meepo is happily split pushing away bottom. Doesn't need to worry about being away from his team because he knows he can poof in at any time, and does now poof top. The Dire have started rotating bottom, but no, you have to come top. And this is just a terrible position. They're kind of waiting for their Spectre to come up, I guess, trying to buy a little bit of time. But by the time he's up, they're at the very least going to have lost a range strikes. Meepo poops in deep, does use the sheep onto Sand King. Sand King looks like he might be getting away here, but no, he's sent back by the Kunkka with the X-Master spot. Does go down. Everyone dies. Kunkka, Spectre finally returns, respawns. Lena's been forced to buy back, but they have no more buybacks. And I think that before the rest of the Dire's heroes respawn, Birmingham are going to be able to clean up the space completely. Yeah, Meepo teleports bottom, is absolutely destroying these towers. He does have the gold for a full Skadi. Storm Spirit's gone in deep. He is just going to casually clean up this Lena. Doesn't care about this Blade Mail whatsoever. And this is GG, and a very, very nice performance from Meepo. Sadly, he's not going to be able to take the first person to finish above 1,000 gold per minute, 1,000 XP per minute, because they've let the game go on slightly too long, and he's fallen down to 950. And some nice manners there from Dire as they congratulate them. Not only do they congratulate Birmingham, they also appreciate that little bit of Kunkka Storm strategy, I assume there is what they're saying was nice.
Long and short, they absolutely demolished it. I mean, look at that, 15 to 3. 12 to 2. And people are saying he was nerfed. Luke wasn't playing it that way.
Yep, very nice play from Storm. I think that the reason they used that Kunkka, the X marks the spot. That you wouldn't have had to do that with the old Storm. You wouldn't need to worry about getting X marked out. You just zip out. But with the new Storm, you do not have enough mana. So Birmingham do take the series quite convincingly 2-0 with some excellent micro play from question mark, but all round solid play from their team actually. Some nice teleport reactions, some nice strategies as well. So Birmingham potentially one to watch out for in the next round. Yep, thank you so much for watching. You have been watching Game Britannia's The Heritage. Birmingham have just beaten Greenwich 2-0. You will be happy to hear that there's another game coming up tomorrow, and you can tune in back here at twitch.tv/GameBritannia. The time will be, bear with me, the time will be, oh god, I can't find it again, panic, Phil.
One punch!
And I still can't find it. I am really struggling.
Who's this between?
It is between Bath, the previous winners of the Heritage 1,
so
making their return to the Heritage tomorrow, Monday, the 29th of February, 7:30 PM. They will be playing against Lancaster, and you'll be able to find that game right here at twitch.tv/GameBritannia, 7:30 PM, with the master of casting himself, Max is on fire. How exciting is that?
See, this is a blast from the past. That's who they played in the first game last round, wasn't it?
Wow. Great memory there coming up from Gand. So if you've enjoyed this game, I'm sure you have enjoyed it, then why not follow so you can keep track of when we're going live next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this little bit of UK University Dota, then you may be interested to know that there's another game going on right now. If you head over to twitch.tv/maxisonfire, you'll be able to watch Durham playing against Cambridge in Arrow. How exciting is that?
Sounds pretty exciting. I mean,
if you fancy a bit more University Dota, then why not head over there now? But before you do, make sure you remember to follow and make sure to come back here at 7:30 PM. Thanks for watching, and yeah, any final words from you, Gand?
not really. I think that was pretty nice. Pretty nice, everyone.
Before we go, one final shout out. Profiterole, you're a babe. See you next time.
You are an absolute diamond in the rough, Profiterole. I hope to see you again soon. I love you.